Championship champions, and the question being asked this morning, are Fulham the greatest modern day second tier side ever? Is it a badge of honour for a football club, or is that maybe, and I don't mean to sound cruel here, is it a wider sign of failure? Anyway, this was Marco Silva post-match as Fulham won last night, won in style and became champions in style.
The way we did it is even more important for me. The way we got the promotion, fantastic feeling for us, finishing this way with this result again. And thank for my staff. They have been fantastic from the first day. They deserve it as well. And for all the staffs around me that they have been working so hard behind the scenes as well. Medical staff, the analysis staff, the kitchen people, everyone that work in our football club. It's a fantastic achievement for us. And last, but the first ones for our fans.
Sammy, when you think of it, I mean, Marco Silva and Fulham, that was their third 7-0 last night. They beat Blackburn 7-0. They beat Reading 7-0. And now they've beaten Luton 7-0. What are your thoughts of Fulham as you see them go up again? Because the worry is, this is Fulham, 3 promotions in 3 championship seasons. Okay, some of the unkind fans this morning of other clubs will say, good luck Fulham, but we'll see you back in the championship next season.
Well, you'd expect them to get it third time ready. I mean, they were in the Premier League for 15 years. So to make the argument that they are the greatest second tier or bounce back ability side is probably a little flawed.
Have they become that?
Well, they're probably the embodiment of the argument against parachute payments and the fact that parachute payments can, in some extent, give you an opportunity to have a guaranteed return to the Premier League. That, coupled with the fact they have one of the world's richest men behind them as well, enables them to be in a position that not only do they have the parachute payments to keep their squad together, they also have somebody that's capable financially of not being affected by the landscape of dropping out of the Premier League. Look, I mean, if you get relegated, the object of the aim is to bounce back. Newcastle got relegated, they got promoted again. They've spent money the first time round, Fulham, wasted a lot of money. Second time round, they spent very little, it would seem, and neither one of those methodologies worked. So they've got to get the balance right. Silva's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot to prove about being a Premier League manager. He's operated at times. He was ridiculed when he came in to Hull.
He's still got a lot to prove.
Of course he has. Think about it. He was ridiculed as an appointment no one ever heard of when he went into Hull. Everyone all of a sudden woke up. Remember the Soccer Saturday panel, Phil Thompson, all those guys? Went, who is he? Right? And then he looked good, but they still got relegated. He went into Watford, started really well, and did the usual manager bit, which is bat his eyelids somewhere else, and went off to Everton. Did nothing at Everton, got fired. So he's now taken Fulham back, and he has got a lot to prove as a Premier League manager, and that might prove part of his motivation. It depends how good they are at recruitment, but I don't think it's a poster boy for being in that Bermuda Triangle of neither Arthur nor Martha. You're neither a Premier League side and you're neither a Championship side, right? Because you're too good for the Championship but not good enough for the Premier League. Scott Parker was ineffective in his job as manager at Fulham in that season. They had an opportunity to get themselves out of it. They flattered to deceive, and when the business end of the season came, they fell away. Right? So their management criteria and selection process has been, in part, their downfall. They selected people like Ranieri, didn't work, wasn't ever going to work. You know, they went up the first time round, they changed their manager relatively quickly, and that can happen and does happen, and it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.
Sure.
In this instance,
this has worked.
The argument is that they've won this league at a canter. I mean, what it doesn't do is doesn't do Luton any favours. They've got playoffs to get involved in. Getting beat 7-0 on the way into the last couple of games doesn't help their morale, and we'd expect to see Luton bounce back. Mitrovic is an enigma because he doesn't score goals in the Premier League. Now, having scored 43 goals, which is phenomenal. It's Clive Allen-esque in terms of its achievement, because this is no easy league. But Fulham have been so dominant and so effective that these results that we allude to, which is the Blackburn, Readings and Lutons of the world, and by the way, the Luton and Blackburns of the world are such performances because they were challenging sides.
Sure.
You know, sides in decent form, not Reading. Reading were rubbish at that particular time. And even that is a compelling result to beat them 7-0. Look, I think you'll see a much more... If Shad Khan doesn't know now what it takes to keep a team in the Premier League, then he falls into the category of Mashiri. Because we've heard... Us last week talked about it's cost him 654 million. Well, how's that a badge of honour? How's that an achievement? How is that an achievement to say you spent 654 million to watch your side go up and down, never stabilise itself amongst the elite? But Fulham were in the Premier League for 14, 15 years. Why then and not now.
Okay, let's put it out there, Simon. I mean, Fulham going up. How confident can you be, Fulham fans, that you will stay up this time? You can do it in the Championship, that's for sure. 106 goals and 90 points. Mitrovic can do it in the Championship. 43 goals. That's a new record. But can you do it in the Premier League? You might want to tell us what your thoughts are on that. 03717 223344 81089.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.